You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Call to heal these streets. Wipe away the dust with your seed.
Hello and welcome to the Street Angel Show here in the heart of Hollywood at T Radio V. Thank you for watching, and we have an exciting show today, all with angel stuff. So let me introduce myself. I am Mandelyn Reese. I'm known as the Street Angel or the LA Street Angel. I started in LA wandering around with wings and posters, and then I expanded into the rest of the country. So I just go wherever the breeze blows me. But I wear, wings front and posters front and back. And I have different ones that I go out with. These are my stealth one. And, people over profits is an important message nowadays. So those are just a sampling of what I do. And so I got this awesome show here, and I have devoted it to helping others and spreading light and positivity, wisdom and advice. And so today's topic, I have Heavenly Voices, Hollywood Angels. So I've got a couple of other women who do angel work and singing and all kinds of cool stuff, and I just want to introduce you to them and show you what they've been up to. First, I wanted to do a quick announcement that I got a new website overhaul at thestreetangel.com, and it's a little bit still under construction, so you got to give it some time to be finished, but it looks pretty rad. It has some services listed and all my talk show episodes and charity projects and media and all links to everything. So yeah, check it out, and I'm so proud of it. It's awesome. So that's live. And then we have a workshop coming up that is a group effort with angel practitioners. It's going to be in Santa Monica, and we have a flyer for that. But here we go. So we got Shishi O'Donnell, which is my guest today, for first half of the show, and then Nur, me, and Joe. So we're going to be each doing our own thing in stacked kind of services that night, and with a flat fee to just come donate and come enjoy it and get some healing. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my awesome guest today. I have Shishi O'Donnell.
Hello.
Oh, look at those awesome wings. Yes. I used to have some just like that. But I got beat up at events because as you can see, they're really wide and kind of sharp. So I'd be beating people up with them, and they'd be beating me. So I was like, well, I ended up selling them, but I loved them anyway. So Shishi, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Yeah, are you excited?
Yeah, excited.
I'm excited for the workshop, to be working with all of you.
I know, that should be wonderful.
I think it'll be epic. So yeah, I hope people will come. So Shishi has been an angel for how long now?
well,
your whole life.
Since the dawn of time.
Right. But I mean.
But in this incarnation, when I really started getting into angels was about 1998.
Okay. And she's a certified angel practitioner. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, well, I had a regular, boring life with 9-to-5 job for 10 years. I was living in Chicago. And my sister passed away out of the blue. I have 6 younger brothers and sisters, and one of them passed away. She was only 20.
Oh, sad.
And it really was a major catalyst for spiritual awakening.
Devastating.
For me. It was devastating, and I went really deep in this dark night of the soul for 6 months, reevaluating everything in my life, all my choices, what am I here for, and realizing that life is short. And so in that way, it was a gift that she gave me to wake up. And I realized I was living my life on autopilot and really wasn't passionately doing what I wanted to do. And I started getting these synchronistic signs, different books were given to me, and then I just kept following this thread of synchronicities to finding about angels. And then the major turning point came when I was gifted a trip to Hawaii. And lo and behold, it was Doreen Virtue, who I'd never heard of, and the title of the retreat was called Swimming with the Dolphins Retreat. And she is a world-renowned angel teacher, leader,
well-known.
reader. Yeah,
it's incredible you got that trip for free.
I know.
It just fell in your lap.
Right.
So I've got to interject something, which is a synchronicity with you telling that story about Doreen Virtue. And so I pulled an angel card from this deck right before the show. It's Daily Guidance from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. And I said, okay, angels, which card would you like everybody to see that would apply to everybody? and it said, notice the signs.
Yes.
So it says angels are reaching out to you and trying to help you in your life. They leave you little signs, like maybe feathers or coins or any other things that you never know what it'll be, but just pay attention to your surroundings and pay attention to the things you find, because they're trying to get to you and wake you up. So yeah, it's so exciting, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
absolutely
that cool?
true. Yeah.
So and you do workshops and play shops and...
Yes,
Yeah.
I love to help people learn how to connect with their angels, because being someone who came from just a traditional background where I was very skeptical, and I thought, I was raised Catholic, and I knew angels were real because you read about them in the Bible, and I heard of Archangel Michael, but I didn't really think they were active on planet Earth with people's lives today.
Right, that's us.
And
like
I remember, yeah,
Earth angels.
we're little Earth angel, and that's exactly what happened to me. I was working in my 9 to 5. I was director of business development for an internet company called E-commerce Exchange, right next to the Board of Trade in gloomy Chicago. And I was, as soon as I started having these spiritual awakening experiences, I was always looking for metaphysical things online and not really working. And I came across this channeling of Archangel Michael that said, do you want to be an emissary of light? If yes, commit to me and I will use you. And I read that and I thought, that's the job I want. I read, and I want to be an everyday earth angel. You know, I don't want to be
It just
boring
resonated
job.
with you.
And I actually wrote Archangel a letter. It was kind of Archangel Michael a letter, kind of tongue in cheek, like, okay, dear Archangel Michael, here's all my concerns. You know, I have all this stuff. I'm married. And I want to really have a full-time earth angel job, and if you're serious, show me a sign. And it was 2 months later that I got the free trip to Hawaii, which is where my life really changed, because I was awakened to a new reality of angels are totally real, and they're into helping humanity evolve.
Would you agree that once you get started on this enlightenment process, it's just like never stops?
Yes.
It's just like constantly unfolding with new miracles and
It is.
synchronicities and magic, miracles, signs. Yeah. It's constant.
It's always there, and the flow is always happening. We can get out of the flow as humans by going into fear, doubt, worry, separation, scarcity, lack, consciousness.
And that's easy to do.
And I've been there, trust me. Because I went from like a full-time income to moving to LA and singing on Venice Beach with my guitar and doing angel readings on Venice Beach and making $60
I love
a
that
day.
Story.
It's pretty
That's
crazy.
so
I
cute.
gave away all my suits. I wore suits and high heels every day to work. I gave them all to Goodwill, and I've never since worn that.
Yeah, like I've never really resonated with the business suits because it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I went to City Hall
different paradigm.
yesterday and I wore the best I could to look as businessy to blend in. But I was pitching some positive, proactive things for the homeless. But I'm trying to be, help the community, and that's what you're doing. I love that you went to Venice and did you wear wings then on Venice?
I did.
Yeah?
I actually saw a pair of wings in Chicago. This was 1998, 99. And it was really expensive. It was like $200 for the littler ones than these. And I thought, and I looked at the tag and it said Mother Plucker Feather Company. And I went to the website, and when I moved to California, I went to the factory. Like, that was one of the first things I did. When I moved here in October 2001, and I went to the factory and I bought several pairs of wings, and I wore them every day. I went through so many wings. I've been through at least,
I've been through a lot of wings. I know. And you molt. You leave feathers everywhere,
Yes,
right?
it's good.
I
You
got
leave
in my
signs for
friend's
everyone
car
else.
yesterday and left a feather in his car. He's like, well, I'm going to keep that. And I was like, yeah, it happens. Like, literally, birds, feathers everywhere.
Exactly.
Did you leave any around today?
I'm sure.
I know.
Actually,
they're so wide. They were chipping the wall and the door, and I was like,
it's
careful.
fun. It's a
Yeah.
wingspan.
Yeah. So let's hear more about your music. You have a website?
I do. My music website is SheilaO'DonnellMusic.com.
I think we have the screenshot of that somewhere.
And I have an album called Clear, which is on iTunes if people want to buy it. It's beautiful.
You have a very beautiful voice. It's
Thank
very
you.
heavenly. I recommend you check it out. Do you have a YouTube channel people can go get clips?
No, I don't really have a YouTube channel.
No.
No.
You got to get one of those.
I should.
You're-
I do, but I'm promoting other people, and I'm always taking videos of my friends. But I actually don't. I have some videos of me performing, but that's not really.
You got to start it.
I'm wanting to get my songs placed on film and TV.
Mhm.
I have one song. I had 6 songs on an independent film called I Heard the Mermaid Singing, and it won a Silver Award for Excellence from the Park City Film Music Festival.
Congratulations.
So that was one thing, but I want to get more stuff placed that that would be seen in in a grander scale. More people being exposed to my music. That would be wonderful. So if anyone has a film they're looking for beautiful independent songs. I have 43 original songs recorded.
Wow.
Love to share with you.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. And you do meditations and in your workshops and stuff like that? Like, why don't you walk us through like some of your workshop stuff that you do?
Okay. Well, I'd love to help people connect with their angels.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Like me, a lot of people were skeptical, before they opened up to this idea that angels are real and interacting with you. Angels are simply messengers of love from God. And everyone has at least 2 guardian angels, and some people have more, like different guides or archangels working with them if they're actively pursuing their life purpose. And the angels communicate to us on the breath. So I love to help people connect by putting their hand on their heart and breathing deeply, because life can be very stressful when you're in this third dimensional reality. It's just like stress.
Especially here in Los Angeles.
It has its moments.
Yeah.
So I tell people, even if you're driving and you're getting really stressed out and someone's pissing you off, pull over the car, literally stop, put your hand on your heart and breathe.
Yeah.
And then just focus on your heart and focus on the love that your angels have for you, which if you really tune in, if you just picture like a little puppy or a kitten or a bunny or a little baby, just when you see it, you just feel this feeling of like, oh, it's so cute, I love it so much. This feeling, your heart opens up. That is just a teeny tiny taste of the love that God has for us and the angels have for us, and we can feel that. So if you put your hand on your heart and breathe deeply,
I have a story about that.
You can actually tune in and feel this love. You want to tell your story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there was this one day I was like going through something stressful, and I was in my car with a friend, and suddenly everything in my sight, I was driving, but everything turned this rose quartz pink. Everything. Wow. And I got this message download of just see everything like God does with unconditional love. That everything's just of creation and interacts in weird ways, and there's free choice, and there's bad stuff, but it's like God sees things from such a high dimension of standpoint of this is all beautiful creation. And it was profound. And then at that moment, after this, everything turned pink on me, my friend says, look out the window. And I look over, and there's a dog hanging his head out the window, looking happy and blissful, tongue wagging in the wind. And I was like, wow, what a moment where it's like, just be like a dog and enjoy life. He's having the best time just sticking his head out the window and looking at everything with the eyes of a dog, like fascinated by creation. So it's like we can be the same way. Oh, I love those.
These are my prescription pink glasses.
These
are
jealous.
My real glasses.
Do you have a pink car?
And I have a pink car.
I saw it. I was like, I bet that's
pink is my favorite color. Yes, and I think pink is the color of unconditional love. And I often will picture a hot pink bubble going 6 feet out of me, where only unconditional love can come in and only unconditional love goes out, as kind of a clearing technique. But yeah, I'm all about the hot pink, and definitely.
I have a great way of putting it. Ones.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Is that we can choose to see the world the way God does, which is, and our angels only see our higher self. They don't see our character defects.
No judgment.
And if you want to live heaven on earth like the angels, you would see every person you encounter only as their higher self and ignore everything else, literally. So that's how we be earth angels.
Well, in this dimension, it's it can be tricky to navigate.
Yes.
You got other people's egos at play. You got survival, which is a huge thing, because I think survival efforts can really make people do crazy stuff. This is slightly off topic, but when I was at the city hall talking about the homeless stuff yesterday, I didn't realize that they've implemented so many laws that make it even harder for people to be homeless. Like they're making them pick up their tents every day and move them for most of the day, and then they have to go and set it back up at night. I'm like, how stressful is that, to pack up everything you own in your tent and have to be off the street and go somewhere, who knows where, and then it's just weird. Like, that's a really hard thing to put on people. But anyway, so survival can make it tricky in this dimension. So it's like you really got to rely on faith and prayer. I do that a lot. I pray all the time. You pray?
There are, of course, yeah. But there are homeless shelters that are amazing. Actually, I did a kids camp for creativity and empowerment with my friend Chianur, and I got 20 volunteers, and we got 20 teachers, and we did a week at Union Rescue Mission downtown. It's a beautiful shelter with air conditioning and beautiful bed. I mean, you know, like
they need a lot more
bunk
of those.
beds, but there are places for them to go that are not on the street. I know it's not everyone wants to subscribe to the rules, and that's part of it. But
well, there's not enough because there's apparently wait list. But
okay, that's probably true.
So while you drink some water, let me see. When did you first learn you were psychic?
It was definitely on the swimming with the dolphins retreat.
Yeah.
I think I got a feather in my throat.
I wouldn't doubt it. You know, you inhale those things sometimes. They just go flying.
Doreen Virtue did a private reading. She doesn't do that anymore, but that was 2001. She did readings for everyone who was there, and that was the first news I had. She said,
so profound, I bet.
You're clairaudient, which is clear hearing. You're channeling songs from the angels. You completely hear them. You are claircognizant, which is clear knowing. And you are very psychic. You could be doing what I'm doing. You could be doing readings. And then she gave me a scholarship to her angel therapy practitioner program, which was, and I did that in February of 2002, where I really learned how to expand my own. See, everyone has intuition. Everyone is psychic. It's just a matter of, I mean, everyone's born
tuning into it.
With muscles. Not everyone exercises those muscles every day. Like as an Olympian athlete, obviously they work out a lot more, and a psychic person spends a lot more time in silence and prayer and meditation and tuning in and opening up and
third eye.
Yeah, third eye
activation. Why
activation.
don't you talk about that a little bit?
Well, what got me to open up was after my sister passed, I went through this time where I had no music. I was a media fast, no TV. I disconnected TV.
You just had to
even stopped
grieve and cope.
I even stopped listening to music in the car. I was just no pop music, nothing except for a couple things. One was Harold Grandstaff Moses, this composer who I love. He had a CD called The Drone, which is the song of the spheres. It's like the creation of the universe, the song that the planets make, which is incredible. Wow. And another one, which is a harp chakra clearing. And I listened to only those two for 6 months. And at the end of that, I was so quiet during that time, I started just literally being able to hear. And that's when I channeled my first album. It just came out of me, called Waking Up. Wow. Which is just a series of beautiful, high vibrational, uplifting songs about unconditional love. And
you know, I gotta tell you, I had a block over my third eye for the longest time, and I didn't realize it was there until I got a hold of these special tools at the Conscious Life Festival, like facial reflexology tools, and I found this big blockage, a lump, like scar tissue. I hit my head when I was young at a playground, and it busted up my sinus cavity, and I didn't realize that I had a huge scar tissue in that spot. So as I worked on it, and it took probably 2 months to break it up. But as soon as I did, holy crap, my third eye and psychic stuff has gone way higher. And I channeled a song. Like one time I sat down to meditate, and it channeled a song from the angels, and it was so profound. And I have it written in my journal. I was like, wow. They're so loving, and just they look at everything unconditionally and just accept everybody, and they're there to help and raise consciousness and awareness, and it's beautiful. So it's cool that we awakened to our purpose, and we're offering what we can do to help others, and that's what this workshop coming up is all about. So if you see this and you're in Los Angeles, come to our workshop.
Yeah, it's called Healing with the Angels, and we'll help you clear blockages, any fears that are stopping you from moving forward fearlessly with your life purpose. And we'll have crystal healing with Joe, and Mandelyn's doing some beautiful sound healing. And
I'm going to have shamanic tools, and I do a very deeply healing chakra clearing meditation. I walk through each chakra, and I help you clear it out. It's
beautiful.
It's deep.
Yeah, and Noura is leading meditation and talk as well. It should be very empowering. It's only $20. It's in this beautiful location with a view in Santa Monica. It's a fantastic place.
Yeah.
It looks like it's house beautiful, this gorgeous room with
we got to have more of them, too. I think it'll be successful.
Yeah, I just had one last month there, so it was really great.
I went, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Very, very good. Everybody just got into the healing and is going with it. But now I sent in some pictures. Do you think we could run through them, and she could kind of talk about the pictures, whichever ones I sent?
I have to put my rose-colored glasses on.
Oh, yeah,
this is Mandelyn's birthday.
So I had
3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, 3. I think
those are my hot pink wings.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome. I love this picture. But so this was a costume charity birthday party. So it was for my birthday, but it was near Halloween because my birthday's close to Halloween. And then I had people bring donations for the homeless on Skid Row, and I loaded up my car and took them. So yeah, that was great.
A lot of fun.
There's Gigi singing
That's
with
me
her awesome
singing.
glasses. All the hot pink, I love it.
Thank you.
In the wings. Is that a party you were at?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can hire her for parties.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Was that? Oh, that was the Christmas party, right? A holiday party that you
No,
did.
this was an angel theme party in the
Angel-
Hollywood Hills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gone. And this is?
This is a workshop. I also lead a workshop called Your Divine Life Party, which is about celebrating life, celebrating every moment. And we get into our inner child, hence all the special hats. And we
was
do
just
dance
gonna
offs
say,
and drawing and
This
play.
is like
and
costumes.
it's super fun. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's all about celebrating every moment of life. And life is a miracle. It should be celebrated. And there's
one
no
day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But every day is not, there's no like off days. Every day is a gift. We need to
Right.
just be aware every day is like, let's do this.
Yeah.
We are alive. Hip, hip, hooray.
Yeah. So where was that one held?
This is at LA Mother. It's a beautiful
Oh, I've been there. Okay.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
in Hollywood, in
Nice.
Gower and Hollywood Boulevard.
Okay, cool.
And this is the place where our workshop is going to be
Yeah, that was the
on
last
September
one.
7th. And that's the same place. So that was our last
Awesome.
workshop,
Yep.
my last workshop.
I was there. It was
Yes.
really successful. That
And
was
this is
your-
me. I did a holiday party. I do readings at parties as well. It was the E-Film holiday party.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you. It was my
Vibrant.
Christmas angel and my
Yeah,
light up
I
wings.
love it. I
Yeah.
love your hat. Oh,
Aw,
the
thank you. Though.
poinsettias are perfect.
But it's fun doing readings at parties for people because these are regular people that have
Yeah.
never thought of angels, and all of a sudden they're like
Well, I'm
blown
going to start
away.
doing more of that. I actually I'm going to add that as a service on my website. But I did one at Sky's birthday or holiday party. Sky's our next guest on the second half of the show, but we'll talk about that later. So, was that it? Okay. that
Thank
was
you.
it. Yay, so we got through your pictures. How do people contact you if they want to hire you for readings or parties
Yeah.
or
So here's
your
my.
play
Should I show you
shops?
this or just
Yeah.
tell you? Yeah.
Can they see
So
that?
here's some of my.
Oh, yeah, you can see
This
that.
is my website, divineguidancereadings.com.
Nice.
And my email is divineguidancereadings444, because 444 is the angel number,
Yes.
at gmail.com.
If you see it on license plates, then angels are saying hi.
Yeah, they're saying, hey, we love you. And then Clear is the name of my CD that's on iTunes currently that you can purchase if you want to hear my music. Or you can go to my website, SheilaO'DonnellMusic.com, and hear my music for free and see if you want to buy it. So that's me, Divine Guidance Readings. I love doing one-on-one readings.
Yeah, I
It's
do too.
incredibly powerful.
Profound.
It's incredibly powerful.
Major
It's life-changing for people.
Yeah, and depending on the deck, oh, here we go, your packages and stuff.
Oh, yeah, thank you. There's me.
Yeah.
Divine Life Party, and yeah, there's my readings.
Love it. Depending on the cards you get and the messages, I mean, it can really change your life, like set you on a completely different course or just give you a shift of awareness. It's incredible.
Yeah, I do use cards at times to supplement, but I typically hold someone's hands, tune in, and channel for them whatever the angels want them to know. Or occasionally the angels tell me to pull some cards as kind of supplementary information, and I do it over the phone as well or Skype.
Do you have like a 1-minute song sample you'd like to sing? I don't mean to spring it
Sure.
on you,
No,
but
I don't-
we got to wrap in like 2 minutes. So if you want to belt something out,
Well, I'll just do a little Tony.
I want people to hear your beautiful voice. So go
Aw,
for it.
Thank you. You are love, you are light, you are one with God. You are beautiful, a treasured child of God. You are eternal, unlimited, and free. Remember your divinity.
Oh, it was perfect. Yay. You're getting
Thank
a
you.
clapping audience here. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun.
Yay, yeah. it went
Ever since you came
great.
on the scene, I felt, here's my little angel sister, and look at her going for it. And what you're doing is amazing, Mandelyn. I really acknowledge you and your work, and the angels are absolutely helping you every step of the way. They're
Thank
so
you.
grateful for all the love you're sharing and how much you're trying to help raise awareness. help people elevate their consciousness and to remember the basic things like practicing random acts of kindness. That's something everyone can do.
Right. Basic humanitarian messages. That's what I aim to do with the posters, to try to apply to everybody. And I use the colorful markers as like to appeal to the inner child in everybody. Yeah. That's the reason for it, you know. I mean, I could go get professional ones, which maybe I will do someday, but it's meant to kind of appeal to your childhood self and be like, remember to be kind. It's such a basic thing that some people forget to do, but I love you. Thank you. And thank you for singing your beautiful song at my birthday charity party and for coming.
You're welcome.
I know I thanked you then, but I'm thanking you now.
Oh, my pleasure.
So
I always love singing. That's my favorite.
All right. So come see us at our workshop September 7th. Yes. And if you want to meet Shishi, you got her contact info. So we will go to commercial and we'll be right back and have my next guest, Sky Delaney. And thank you for watching. Be right back.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay.
Giving everything, holding up your side for the world to see.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Call to heal these streets, wipe away the dust with your secret.
Hey, welcome back to the Street Angel Show here in Hollywood. So I have a funny story. When Shishi got up from her chair, she left this gigantic angel feather on the seat, and the guy in the he took it and he's like, oh, I got my souvenir. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I told you, malting. Angels malt everywhere. So welcome back to the show, to our second half. And just in case you missed it, I'm the Street Angel. I wear wings and posters and promote kindness everywhere, all over the country. And I got the show here in Hollywood, helping others. And so today's topic is Heavenly Voices and Hollywood Angels. And so now we're going to be talking to my friend Sky Delaney.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you because we both go way back.
Like yeah, we met 100 years ago.
100. Last lifetime, you know. So how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have
you. I'm so excited for you and everything you're doing. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so do you remember how we met?
I actually do.
You do? Okay, let's hear it.
Because it was unbelievable.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was at a red carpet. There was some agitated, crazy girl.
Oh, yeah.
Really in the dark, and she's gone, disappeared. But I met you, and you were her extreme opposite.
I remember that now.
And I was like, could you just stand in front of her? And you did. And she's disappeared. She was causing people pain and just very unstable.
Chaotic. So she calmed down when I was.
She disappeared. I'm not kidding. You you intervened, and when I saw your energy, I was like, why can't everybody be like her? And
oh, thank you.
Like, oh my gosh, it's just so basic, just to be kind. Why not be kind?
Right.
When you have the option of being psycho or cruel and you have the option and the choice to be kind, why not just be kind? Well, why not?
I think that's why I got the calling to do this here in this city. Like when I moved here on my second day in Los Angeles, boom, I got the calling to go out with posters about kindness because it's needed here.
It's needed, yeah.
So,
in the City of Angels.
Hollywood, Los Angeles is like a trendsetter city.
Yeah.
And so if people start breaking down in their communication and kindness and there's like all this chaos, that's just going to spread all over the place. It's going to become more commonplace.
Absolutely.
And I'm noticing it more even in my hometown. So it's spreading, and we got to try to combat it with the posters. You have patience. And even in LA traffic, have patience. And, be kind, have hope, forgive people.
Then I keep running into you at the Sky Bar over and over again. The Sky Bar.
I don't go there anymore because they actually are kind of rude to me about the wings. They're like, take off your wings and you're not allowed in here and put your posters away. And they like make me hide them in a bush or something. And I'm like, well, I'm not coming here anymore. So.
But you made your mark already.
Oh, yeah. But, I don't know if they remember me or not. But I want to show a few pictures of us together. if you got him to whip up. Yeah, here's, tell us about this
Oh,
one.
how cute is that? Why does my one guitar player look like a demon, though?
Well, he's got his heart hands, though.
So funny, but look at his eyeballs. Oh, my gosh.
I know, it's kind of a contradiction
That was
there.
very
huh?
cute. So there's me and Nikolai.
That was one of your concerts.
One of my shows,
And
yeah.
she was doing a charity drive that night. Do you remember which charity?
We were donating to No Kid Hungry, and then
Yeah.
also the
It's like
city
a food
of
drive or something.
yes, and also the city of Los Angeles Parks and Shelters for Children in Need.
Yeah, so that's
was a toy
something.
drive.
That's why I wanted to have Sky on my show, is because she's kind of the more edgy rock star kind of angel in Hollywood, but she does a lot of charity drives and efforts, and she's a very sweet, good-hearted person, and I adore being around her. And I think, you really are doing a good job in your capacity to get out there and rock your passion.
Thank you.
And I admire your efforts in the way that you do it, having your concert, charity drives and bringing awareness, and some of your songs, like I said, they're kind of this edgy style, but she incorporates these important messages into her lyrics. So why don't we talk a little about that? Which songs would you like to talk about to start with?
There's so many. One that we have on our set list is called Heroics. Heroics is dedicated to the firefighters and the paramedics who never say die, and they save lives. And
Yeah, they're in the grind.
They are.
They're out there, all
Yeah.
hours of the night. They're called to the
Yes,
worst
yes.
accident scenes and death scenes, and they do their best to save people.
They really do. And
know?
that act, what they do is called Heroics. It's an act of, that's why the song is called Heroics. And I have a heart on stage, like a beating heart, just to
you
symbolize
use cool
that.
props.
Yeah.
That's something cool she does, is she uses active, cool, props to, incorporate with her lyrics and messages and stuff. So, here we go, pictures. So here's her singing. This is Whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So Whiskey A Go Go is actually a really well-known kind of famous venue for rock stars in Hollywood. So we got a few more of you performing. I picked some of my favorites off of your pages that you sent me. So what was this? Was that like a photoshopped thing?
Somebody did that
It
for
looks
me.
so cool.
I have harps. I play the harp. Isn't that funny?
Oh, I was wondering, because I was like, I love the harp. It's so angelic and heavenly. So that's cool. Do you have any harp songs?
I do.
You do?
I actually do.
Oh, cool. So this was Halloween.
Yep.
So here's a funny story about what I was wearing. I look like a total dork. But so I dress up so many days out of the year in various outfits and angel wings that by the time Halloween actually rolled around that year, I was like, screw this. I'm tired. I'm not dressing up. It's cold as crap outside. And so I was like, I'm just going to wear something comfortable. And then I threw on my wings and my Lady Liberty hat. So it was the most random looking, bizarre, dorky outfit I could have mustered. But hey, at least I was damn warm and everyone else was freezing. But yeah, Sky looks like a princess.
Oh.
Totally gorgeous. But that was a fun party. There was a girl giving readings there, and then we went and wandered the street, right?
Yeah.
That was fun. People have these crazy, this huge, the biggest costume parade in the country, maybe the world, I don't know, but zillions of people crowd Santa Monica Boulevard and just walk in their costumes, and that's what we did.
I remember,
It was so epic. And do we have any more pictures, or was that it? That was it? Okay. I don't know which other ones they might have showed. But I wanted to ask, so I gave you card readings at one of your parties.
Uh-huh.
That was epic. So do you remember that?
I had a Christmas party at Shutters.
Yeah, Shutters.
I do that too. I do a toy drive,
Every
food
year.
drive at Shutters too, like
Yeah.
a canned food.
I missed the last one because I was
Shutters in
out of
Santa
town.
Monica.
But if I just happened to be in town that time for the holidays, and so it was this huge party, and something told me to bring my angel cards, and so I was there.
That's beautiful.
I spent till 11 o'clock. I was one person after another. Everybody except one person was not into it, but I did everybody a reading.
So sweet and beautiful. I
So
remember that. I
cool.
thought it was very sweet.
I would love to do more of those. But let's talk more about your songs. So you did a benefit concert for animals too, right?
Yes.
Which one? Which
Adobe Rescue and
Adobe.
Little Paws, and then the Lang Foundation.
Yay. Very nice.
What we can learn from dogs.
Do you do most of your
incredible.
concerts at Whiskey A Go Go?
Right now I have a residency at the Whiskey A Go Go. However,
Oh.
I have many shows booked all over
Cool.
the
And
world.
Aren't you doing
all over.
a national tour? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, currently?
For my new album, Untamed Circus.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Untamed Circus? Because this is
Yeah.
kind of related to what I said earlier about your lyrics and the messages. So what are they about?
Well, on the album Untamed Circus, there's the song Detention. That's why you told me to bring props, so I actually brought a chalkboard, a little mini version of a chalkboard.
Detention.
Detention. So that's one of the songs on the album. There's other songs like Raquel, Girlfriend Muzzle. Girlfriend Muzzle has just been released, by the way. It's on iTunes and Amazon as of like yesterday.
Okay.
Woohoo.
That was kind of
It's
a,
available.
a
Girlfriend Muzzle.
comedy song in
It's
a
a
way. 'cause
comedy,
it's
yeah.
Like, it's like muzzle up your girlfriend because like it's talking about a girlfriend who's like really annoying or something like that.
But the message is the opposite. It's to be empowered. And you know what? You can talk and you can speak your mind and you don't have to wear a muzzle.
Right.
It's just more kind of like you don't have to dumb down and shut up and be pretty. You can
right.
be
And that's
empowered
important
and,
for people
you
to
know.
hear, to open your throat chakra. Because
Yeah.
oftentimes in life, you get around people that will shut down your throat chakra. They won't allow you to speak your truth. But you have the divine soul freedom right to speak your truth. So own that and do it, right?
Absolutely.
But you got to tune into your heart center and, make it work with your mind and make sure what you're speaking is not going to screw up your life, too.
Yeah,
So.
that's a huge, what you just said, that has a lot to do with the whole entire concept of the album.
Yeah.
And being free and
that
not
detention.
being punished, not getting detention and not being condemned or being punished for wanting to think for yourself. And
Right.
this really, it appeals to young people too, like teens, because I was one of those teens. It's like,
Slightly rebellious? Or?
yeah, like like SATs don't necessarily, the pressure that teens have over things like an SAT score, when
Right.
at the end of the day it depends on your life path and it doesn't even necessarily guarantee anything. I went to a great college. I never even took the SATs. I walked out of the SATs.
Really? Well, the school system's a whole nother mess
Yeah.
to talk about,
Yeah.
but I understand that it's a very complicated mess, and, I don't even know what to say about that. But your song makes sense about, being authentic.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Do you want to play a little clip from that later
Sure.
or
Yeah,
now?
we can.
You want to play a little clip from Detention? Just maybe a minute or something? It's edgy, I'm telling you. But it has good messages in there.
Confined in a uniform, standing in line and doing what's told. How does this knowledge apply to real life? Who are you to tell me what to think? When I was there, believing my own truth. When I was there, had faith in what I do. And now I'm free to be that I'm just a girl who wants to live free. And now I'm free to be that I'm just a girl who wants to live free. Busted, but I am just a girl. 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 Detention, the tool to punish me. Who am I that I ought to disagree? Standing in line, raising my hand, being a puppet in an organized land makes me wanna be what I
So yeah, that's a great clip from her Detention video, and I wanted to say you wrote some other songs for other charities.
Mhm.
You want to talk about those?
Years ago, I wrote a song called Dungeons for ProjectNightlight.org.
And what's that?
Prevention of child abuse
Which is
and
so
awareness.
important.
Yeah, ProjectNightlight.org. So Dungeons, and that's for you actually.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I love little gifts.
And that's from
So-
a long time ago. That song was out that's one of the first charities that I wrote for, but also
What is it?
CCHR.org.
What does it talk about?
Dungeons is just to be there for them, you know.
For the kids?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the message with this is, you know, kids look up to adult behavior. They model after us. So, you know, if you've been in a pattern of abuse in your life, like let's say your parents abused you, you don't want to repeat that abuse to your kids. Like, try to do something different and be a better role model. Your kids are going to look up to you, and then they're going to grow up and be just like you, and then they're going to abuse their kids, and it's just this generational problem.
Right.
So you got to have the awareness of, let's stop this trend and exercise from a place of unconditional love and acceptance, and understanding that you're training a new soul how to live in this life.
That's beautiful.
And everything that you say and do is going to impact them on a much deeper level than you might be aware of, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is, thank you. I'll go listen to that. And you had another one, Francis Farmer?
Francis Farmer.
What's that?
Francis Farmer is it's on stage. We have pills, like fake pills we toss out to the audience.
It's like she has these little RX pill bottles and she's like throwing them out. It's like this action.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, it is. That's cute.
It's Francis Farmer. It's an organization called CCHR.org. It's what struck me about that. I actually went to it's a museum in Hollywood called Industry of Death. I walked in thinking it's an art museum, and what I saw was just so intense.
Wow.
And the song Francis Farmer is about not reaching for that bottle of the pill bottle, not reaching for Ritalin for your kids, or not, you know, shoving fistfuls of pills. That's not going to make your problem go away.
Yeah, there is a chronic problem in the country about relying on pills for all sorts of things, and you got to be careful with them.
Especially if they can kill you,
They can kill you. There's a lot of deaths from prescription drugs.
Absolutely, that's what it's about.
And you got to be careful quitting cold turkey if you're on something. You got to, like, carefully take yourself off of stuff. It's a tricky situation. We probably shouldn't get into that, but just being aware that pill popping is a serious problem in this country, and people get addicted and abuse it. They end up in rehab. It can destroy their life.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
And it's a prescription.
Yeah, so what does your song talk about? Like, just being careful? And
well, it's just, it's called Industry of Death, and I mean, it was initially called Industry of Death. Now it's, but the title is Francis Farmer, and it's in dedication of the actress Francis Farmer and many others who actually did die or
from drug overdose,
prescription drug. Their lives were altered negatively because of prescription drugs.
There's so many stories like
and
that
trusting
in Hollywood.
a doctor, like trusting because it's a doctor, thinking that you can shove a whole bunch of Ritalin to your child, or because a doctor gave you a high dose of something or other, that's okay, without questioning it and without just blindly taking it. And then dying or having liver failure because of it.
Yeah. I'm going to share a quick personal story. Back when I worked full-time in a social work and I was typing, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, it blew out my hands and wrists. Like, I had severe carpal tunnel. And it was getting so chronic, I started to go to see hand doctors. And they were giving me, first they tried shots, and those didn't help at all. Like, cortisone shots on my wrist, they didn't help me at all. They helped some people, but they didn't help me. But then when that didn't work, they just started writing me prescription. Like, I went through 5 different prescriptions that I'm entrusting the doctor for this. And I'm trying these pills. Every single one of those 5 prescription pills were horrible. Like, the side effects were horrible. Like, and they each had something different. One made me feel like a zombie. One made me feel like I wanted to die, like suicidal. Like, it was horrible. It made me feel depressed. One made me feel like I was going to have a heart attack and die. After taking one pill, I felt like I was going to die of a heart attack. And this was when I was in my 20s. So I was a healthy person other than my carpal tunnel, and these pills were making me want to die. It was like, so I'm just saying, they're like bad stuff.
Yeah, totally. That sounds insane.
And I mean, not for everybody, but a lot of times side effects can be worse than the damn problem you went for. It's like, what is going on here? But anyway, so let's go back to what we were talking about. So you talked about heroics, which is about, paramedics and stuff like that. And are there any other ones you wanted to touch before because I know we're getting toward the end of the show.
They're all I've never in my life written a song that doesn't have a message behind it. And sometimes it's about me. Sometimes it's somebody else's story. Raquel, for example, that's on the new album as well. Raquel was inspired by, it's not for a cause, but again, it has that message of independence and empowerment.
What do you use the keyboard prop in?
The guitar.
Guitar.
This is a vintage guitar that I got.
I was gonna say that's so cool. Like almost like an old kid's toy.
I know.
I love
it's a 1970s vintage
wow.
guitar. I had to like really research it. For some reason, they're not as common anymore as much as they used to be. But you know, unless you're writing a big old symphony, which I have, like a lot of piano-based music as well, like ballads. But if it's just a riff, you can get away with a guitar.
And it still works?
It totally works. I use it in the shows, and the guitar is used on my song Meteor Showers.
Oh, I liked that song.
Yeah, it's a little more mellow.
Yeah, I remember it from
it's like flowy.
the last concert I went to.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to thank you for coming and sharing what you do. And, you know, I hope that your story inspires other people who may watch this to do similar things, like have charity drives at their concerts if you're a singer, or you know, or like with mine, I had a costume charity birthday party. So it's like you're having a birthday party, but you get gifts and stuff, but you're also sharing with others who lack, you know, who are in need. And so it's like kind of, this is why I'm having the show, to, you know, motivate, inspire positive changes and more community involvement and random acts of kindness, giving, and you know, makes sense.
It's beautiful.
So I just wanted to thank you for that, and thank you for all you do, and your cool songs and stuff like that. And I wanted to say, is there any last words you want to say, like, for the show?
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
You know what? I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. What's your YouTube channel?
YouTube.com/SkyDelamy, and I'll spell it quickly. SKYEDELAME, as in Mary EY.
Oh, there it is.
And SkyDelamy.com is my website. There's a whole bunch of stuff on my website. Untamed Circus is my 4th album. I've been doing this a long time. I've been playing and singing since I could crawl.
Awesome.
And acting. I've been doing this
starts,
my whole life.
You know, it's like you get started in the diapers.
Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of content and a lot of music and lots of videos constantly.
Cool. Okay, so I think next week we're having guests about the Whole Person magazine and the Gateway. It's going to be epic. And then I have a guy from another talk show, a Life Changes talk show. So that's going to be next week, so be sure to tune in. And let's see, a call to action would be maybe think of a way you can do like a donation or charity drive in your life, just for others. And you'll see that when you give to others, the universe will surprise you with magical things that appear in your life, things that you wanted. Like the universe will give back to you when you give to others. So that's like your call to action. Just think about it. Just, you know, maybe come up with a creative plan of giving to others. And I wanted to thank my audience for watching and supporting, and encouraging comments are always welcome. And tune in next week. Thank you. I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Wipe away the dust with your secret wings. LA street angel, hold me in your heart. Tell us all
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.